So you want to do a bit of fishing? Well, maybe you're going to need the Highlands Fishing expansion. So yeah, as we've seen from the Gamescom videos coming out, obviously there's going to be an interesting aspect to the new DLC that's coming out in November, and that's going to be fishing. Well, obviously it's fish farming, but you can actually do a bit of fishing on the riverbank, on the shoreline, that sort of thing. And they've released a bit of a blog to go with it, so that's fair enough. Now it says, since fishing is one of the most relaxing pastimes there is, you can buy a fishing rod from the local dealership in Kinlag and waddle up to the next puddle to catch some fish. Isn't it nice? Let's check out how it works. Right, okay, fair enough. So you go near to the water, a river or the ocean, and equip your fishing rod. You can also take a sports boat out to sea and start catching fish on the open water if that's your preferred style. There are some hotspots where more fish are to be found compared to others where you might get a bit more junk on the line. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, and yes, you can also catch fish outside Kinlag if you prefer to fish around Riverbend Springs, Hutan Pantai, or Zilonka, wherever there's water. Right, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Now, to be fair, this is looking interesting. I mean, I don't do a bit of fishing myself, mind you, but why not? Might start somewhere. So it says to start the fishing challenge. I put my teeth in. Press and hold the action button to cast your bait into the water. The longer you hold the button, the farther your bait will be thrown. Now you have to wait for a fish to take the bait. An indicator will appear when it does. Press the action button at the right moment, otherwise the fish will escape and leave you standing alone at the shore in shame. Man, they're already throwing shade at you if you can't do fishing. We haven't even come out yet. They're already saying there you're all alone on the shore in shame. But all right, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. And then obviously, once you have got one hooked up, you then got to reel it in. So if you're reacting in time, the fish catching will begin. Now pay attention. The bar on the right has two components. The fish which jiggles up and down and the bait which you control by holding down the action button. Hold down the button to raise the bait, release the button to lower it. Right, okay, so follow the fish up and down with the bait until it gets tired. Wear it down to reel it in. Keep at it to improve your fishing skills and maybe get rewarded or get some junk. Trash happens. Oh dear. I mean, that's the second shade throwing already. Right, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Now, it says with Highlands Fishing, you can also start bigger, more professional fishing operations, a fish breeding facility, offshore aqua farms, feed production, and boats for transport. Let you set up a new line of business in addition to agriculture, animal husbandry, and forestry. Right, fair enough. Now, obviously, this is going to be a new aspect to the game, and there's different screenshots that they've released as well. And the interesting one, I think, that is you're not going to catch a fish every time. They've already thrown some shade on you. Let's face it. You know, you can end up alone on the shore in shame, or catching a bit of trash. You can end up pulling out a caution wet floor sign if that's what happens. I mean, this is going to be interesting. I mean, it says you can go any sort of body of water. So that's going to be a river. It's going to be the shoreline on the sea. I mean, it's not going to be in a random puddle on your farmyard, mind you, but this could be interesting. We'll give it a little bit of a go when it comes out on November the 4th. Now, obviously, this is a paid DLC, and if you haven't picked it up yet, you can pre-order it. There will be a link down below, so if you fancy picking one up for yourself and you're on PC, click on that link and it'll help the channel out at no extra cost to yourself. But also, just remember this, if you have got the Year 1 Season Pass, it will come as part of that. You do not need to pre-order it again. You will get the option to pre-download and ready for release day, but you don't need to do it again if you got the Year 1 Season Pass. And if you haven't got the Year 1 Season Pass, there's also a link down below for that. Click on that, helps the channel out, and it's cost to yourself. But November the 4th, it's looking good. I'd imagine a lot of the community is going to be going fishing on that day, but all right, fair enough.